So I've been making movies for probably coming close to 7 or 8 years now. And within my career, I've done everything from music videos to horror films to science fiction movies to now documentaries. But I've also done things like corporate videos, commercials, etc., etc. And before each project, I've asked myself one question, and that is, why am I doing this? It's an important question to ask yourself, but the more projects that you start taking on and start tackling, the more you're gonna ask yourself that question. And you're gonna look at your full resume of projects and think, what was the importance of those films? And so yesterday was a really good reminder of why I do this, why I'm getting into it. So let's backtrack a bit.
Okay, so on my way downtown to go check out a screening for a movie that I literally just finished editing this morning. It's like a documentary. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. I'm so excited for it to premiere. We've got butterflies. Doing a movie premiere is probably one of the most frightening and most exciting things to do as a filmmaker ever. And then the second one is probably vlogging and biking downtown. It is also equally as frightening. So the big thing that I want to talk about is, what is the intent for your video? Is it to leave some sort of impact, or is it just to get a couple more YouTube followers or a couple more subscribers? Knowing what the intent is for doing your video before going into it is so crucial. Let me explain. Oh, also, this whole thing that I'm filming right now, I'm shooting by this big red thing. Check this out. Okay, so the big thing is understand why you're doing the video, but sometimes for me and for the last little while, I've been getting into doing videos and feeling kind of weird, why am I doing this? And the biggest thing is realize that what you're creating is for somewhat of a selfish reason. Now, maybe that's okay, I want to get a couple more followers, or maybe that's to make a positive impact. But one of my big things that I kind of set in stone for the beginning of this year and that I want to continue doing for probably the rest of my filmmaking career is to make an impact. And that's something that my whole production company is doing. You should check us out. I think as filmmakers and I think as creators, we have a really, really good set of tools to tell compelling stories, of course, to engage an audience, but also to leave a massive impact on an audience. Oh wow, okay, I'm gonna totally be late. Okay, almost there. It is so hard to vlog and bike up an incline, and I'll see you guys when we get there. What's going on?
Hey there, what's happening? Oh, just here at the annual Captured exhibit. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
So everything for the event is going really good. The only thing is they only tested the audio and didn't test the video. So what was originally butterflies is now a full-blown stomach ache, because I'm oh my god, if the video doesn't play, this might turn out terribly.
So overall, last night and yesterday was a really rewarding experience. I mean, I had spent hours and days on this one project. And what I really want you guys to get out of this experience is the fact that for a while, last couple months, if not a year, I've been working on lots of really cool projects I'm really excited about, but I've always put behind them, what is the impact and why am I doing this? Sometimes I'll get myself caught up doing kind of more boring projects. Maybe you find yourself in the same position where you're editing a corporate video and you're oh my god, I wish I was out doing travel videos and experience things, and I'm looking at all these people's Instagram and YouTube channels and they're doing all this fun stuff. Why can't I do that? Realize that even if you are doing a boring little corporate video, those skills will translate over to doing something much greater. I guarantee it. The documentary that I edited, half the skills that I had gained doing corporate video were translated into editing that documentary. Isn't that ridiculous? So just because you're spending all your time on, let's say, doing a music video but really want to get into documentary, it's not crazy to translate those skills over. And just because you haven't seen maybe music video documentary doesn't mean it can't exist in the filmmaking space. That might be something really cool. And mix matching talent and creativity in 2 different genres and 2 different fields is probably one of the best things about being a creative in the filmmaking space. So don't be afraid of it, don't shy away from it, but always have in the back of your head, what is your projected goal? So even if you are stuck working away, trying to pay your bills, look at what is the long-term effect of this and why did I get into this in the first place? So if you went into editing, let's say commercials, because you wanted to get enough money to actually shoot a feature film, then you should always have that in the back of your mind and always look at the commercials that you're editing as a route to get to where you want to go. And like I said, just because I've been doing horror films and science fiction films in the past, all of those skills and all of those connections and resources have all led me to making a movie that actually changed people. That's so nuts. So I'm gonna leave you guys at that. Understand your projected goal and always keep that in the back of your mind, and it will happen if you keep putting that forward. You're in control of your own career, nobody else. So yeah, that's it. If you guys want to take a look at that movie, it's not released yet, but it will be released pretty soon. Once it is released, I'll have that in the description below. But for the time being, you can check out my buddy's YouTube page, Zark Life. I collaborate with him a lot. He's the guy who had the event last night and where the documentary premiered. If you're liking what I'm talking about, blabbling on here, you can give me a subscribe, hit that little bell down there, you get notified for all these videos that come out. And yeah, if you want to follow my life just like a little bit further, there's Instagram and all that stuff. But yeah, just be motivated, just keep making some great stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.